Nice to meet everyone. My name is Brian. As Josh said, I lead developer relations at Phantom. I spend a lot of my time in Solana talking to dApp developers across the ecosystem about what they want to see from Phantom and what they're building. And one of the most common questions that I always get is what's next for Phantom? A lot has changed, and as Josh alluded to, we recently changed our logo as well. So I think it's important for us to just maybe take a reset in the last year and go back to basics. Talk a little bit about why Phantom exists, why we're here, and what we're doing. And put very simply, Phantom's mission and our goal is to accelerate the adoption of crypto by making it safe and easy to use. Okay, that's great. What does that actually mean? So if you're here at last year's Breakpoint, you heard from our CEO, Brandon, who gave a keynote only about security. It's the number one thing that we do at Phantom every day. We help keep users safe, and we help stop thousands of potential transactions that could be draining users on Solana. We're really proud of the work that we've done in investing in advanced transaction simulation, stewarding the open source block list of Solana, and investing in a world-class support team that's global, online 24/7, to help prevent off-chain phishing attacks. But what does it mean to actually make crypto easy to use? Phantom is famous for this. So many people have come up to us and say, I love using Phantom. It's so much better than my first wallet experience. It actually makes things easy. It shows off the best of Solana. But what does this actually mean? And for us, UX is a relentless pursuit that we are always striving to make better. And one stat that we're particularly proud of that exemplifies this is that over the last year, despite everything that our ecosystem has been through on Solana, Phantom users sent over 100 million transactions. That's more transactions than most EVM networks. It's over 3 transactions per second coming through human users on Phantom constantly. Something we should all be very proud of. And so with all of these transactions, you're probably thinking, wow, the Solana dApp ecosystem is vibrant. We're doing this great job. And I want you to think about this, 100 million transactions. How many dApps do you think the average Phantom user uses? Would you be surprised if I said it was just one? The average Phantom user engages with just one dApp. And to underscore this a little bit further, of all the funded users that we have, 35% of these funded users have never even connected to a dApp before. They're simply looking at their tokens, sending them to friends in Phantom. But even if we get those users connecting to a dApp and they have money in their wallet, 49% have never made a transaction with a dApp on Solana before. And I want that to just set in a little bit. 100 million transactions in the last year, and up to 49% of funded users have not made a transaction with a dApp before. I think we could do a lot better. And so we looked across the crypto landscape and we thought, what is it that's driving this? And we realized pretty quickly that it's not just Phantom, it's not just Solana, that all of crypto is seeing this problem. What you're seeing here is a chart just for a snapshot in time on Ethereum where the blue bars represent new Ethereum addresses that are being funded in a given month. And you're seeing that in a given month, there's millions of new addresses being funded. Users are finding reasons to spin up new addresses, get money, get crypto into them, despite all the problems we know that exist today with onboarding. They're finding intentions to transact on blockchains. But the orange graph, which is going down here, represents retention. It represents how many of these addresses are actually sticking around and coming back and making transactions again in a given month. And you can see that's trending now below 20%, which is not in a good direction. And so we think about this pretty deeply. And when it comes to growth, we realize that crypto has a retention problem. It's not often talked about, but that growth is a function of 2 things. It's about user acquisition on the one side, onboarding the next billion, which everyone loves to say. But the thing that's not talked about, which we think is vitally important, is retention. You can onboard all the users in the world, but if you have a leaky bucket, it's not going to go anywhere. So how do we fix retention, specifically with what we're doing on Solana? And we think about this across 3 vectors, which I want to talk a little bit about today. That's going to show up in our product, things we recently announced, and some things that we are about to announce, which we're really excited about. And the first is engaging users. So how do we engage the users that we already have today? So many people look in their wallets, they say, I have these tokens. We see this, people open up their Phantom wallets all the time. Millions of people open their wallets, and they don't know what to do next. And so one feature we just announced recently, which we're really excited about, which highlights this, is shortcuts. And you're seeing here, playing on the screen, some shortcuts that are live in prod today across some really great collections like Famous Foxes, DJ and Ape Academy. All of Drip's collectibles now have shortcuts, Claynosaurs, Tensorians, OK Bears, and more. Shortcuts is a new protocol which we just announced that extends the functionality of Phantom. Now, creators and developers can dictate to Phantom what actions they want their holders to see directly in Phantom. Before shortcuts, these creators just had a few blunt instruments across Discord and Twitter to try to reach these users. There's new things to do. But we see that users are idly opening their wallets and they're not finding these. So we're really excited about where shortcuts can go to increase engagement. And one of the things that we're seeing is that this engagement is growing fast. We released this in the last month, and this has quickly become the best way for creators to push on-chain actions like trait swapping, like staking, like revealing and minting new tokens to their users. One of the most stats that is not on this screen, but we're really excited about, is the click-through rate of these shortcuts is now above 70%, which is fantastic by Web2 standards. So we can engage users. That's one vector in which we can go. But what else can we do? We can also remove friction. We all know that crypto can still be made a lot easier to use. And what's one product feature that can reduce friction? It's probably the thing that we've heard, one of the most whens that we've gotten on Twitter, is autoconfirm. So we're really excited to have brought back autoconfirm this past quarter on August 8th. And we restricted autoconfirm this time to a small subset of trusted dApps. If you're around in 2021, you probably knew the phrase auto-approve. This new launch of autoconfirm comes built with some amazing and robust security features, including advanced transaction simulation that'll eject out of autoconfirm if anything looks fishy, and a mapping of program IDs to trusted domains as well. We're really excited about the velocity that we've seen with autoconfirm recently. Some of these stats here are pretty mind-blowing, that just since August 8th, Phantom users have collectively saved over 347 days worth of time. That's over 6 million transactions just through August 8th through autoconfirm. And we're really seeing some incredible use cases that are coming from this. And so this is probably the most data-intensive slide I have. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to break it down a little bit about what we're seeing here. And we have 4 Solana dApps on these charts. We have Tensor, we have Star Atlas, Magic Eden, and Jupiter. And what this is showing is that in red, these are users who decided to opt in to autoconfirm. But there's a line here in that August 8th, we didn't have autoconfirm. And after August 8th, we did. The blue line is users who never opted in. And you can see that after that August 8th date, there are statistically significant spikes in the number of transactions that these users will take on dApps in a given session. Now, this might make sense. You're like, yeah, okay, autoconfirm, people transact more. That's great. But we actually have the data to prove this, that if people are opting in to autoconfirm on these experiences like Star Atlas, like on a Drift, like on a Tensor or a Magic Eden or a Jupiter that's showing off the high-speed, low-cost capabilities of Solana, they're doing more transactions. And for a marketplace like Drift or Tensor, that literally leads to increases in revenue. The final piece that I'm really excited about is about driving demand. So we built autoconfirm, and we built shortcuts, and these are making things consistently easier for users. But how are these users knowing even what to do in the ecosystem? One of the stats that we saw is that a user who funds with Phantom, if they go on to make a transaction, they're so much more likely to retain in following months than a user who simply has crypto in their wallet and they're just idly looking at it. So how do we actually drive demand, show these users of new things that they can do and explore in the ecosystem? And that's exactly what we're launching soon with Explore. Soon, we'll be introducing a new surface in Phantom, both on extension and mobile, where users will be able to discover trending dApps, collectibles, tokens, opportunities, and more across the ecosystem. And over time, we think this will be really powerful, and Phantom will evolve from just a simple tool that's used to sign transactions to a primary destination for discovery. Explore will have built-in top trending coin charts, top trending NFT collections, but it'll also have space for us to push what we believe highlights the best of Solana to users. And the first way in which we're doing this is with quests. Now, you've probably seen this if you're at Breakpoint. We've just released 2 quests. Both are on Solana. And our first quest is minting with camera. We invite you all, if you have Phantom on your phone here, while you're at Breakpoint, to submit photos of your NFTs to breakpoint2023.sol, and we'll be highlighting them in a community album, which we're really excited about. And the other quest that we just launched, which is seeing over 20,000 users in the last week sign up for, is instant access to Drip, getting signed up with Phantom and immediately getting these free collectibles in your wallet. Both the instant access to Drip and the minting of free NFT, we think highlight the best of Solana, and we couldn't be more excited to be continuing this quest effort. So we think about how all of these boil together, auto-confirm, shortcuts, explore, and quests. Phantom is going to be investing heavily in solving the retention problem for all of crypto that we believe will aim to accelerate the adoption of Solana. Thank you.